think you choose. You think you're free. You're not. Something inside you, your level of consciousness, is steering every decision. Some levels make you stronger. Most make you weaker. Welcome to Think Wise, where we question the beliefs you didn't even know you had. Today, I'll show you the 7 levels that shape your life. Some free you, most trap you. Let's find out where you're stuck. Your reality isn't what you think it is. Everything you see, feel, and believe gets filtered through your consciousness, by your instincts, by your emotions, by what society programmed into you. Most people think they're awake. They're not. They're running on autopilot, controlled by invisible forces. And the worst part, some levels of consciousness don't make you more aware, they make you less aware. They trick you into thinking you're in control when you're actually being controlled. This isn't about feeling bad, it's about seeing clearly. Let's break it down. This is the base level, raw fear. Your brain treats a work presentation like a tiger attack. That's why your heart races and you want to run. You scroll social media for comfort. You choose the easy path. You avoid risk. You call that being realistic. It's not. It's fear running the show. Your survival instincts worked great 10,000 years ago. Now, they're outdated and misfiring. Your fight or flight response fires up for things that can't hurt you. Tom avoids talking to his boss about a raise because his body reads it as danger. He stays stuck for 2 years and tells himself the job is fine. Most people live here their entire lives. Every decision filtered through, what if I lose? Instead of, what if I win? When fear spikes, breathe for 60 seconds. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Say one honest sentence out loud about what you're afraid will happen. Then take one tiny step toward the fear. A single email, one short question, anything small. That action rewires survival into choice. If you never practice this, survival stays your default forever. Now we hit the emotional mind. This is where emotions run everything. Society says, follow your heart and trust your feelings. But your emotions aren't telling you the truth. They're telling you a story. Think about the last relationship you stayed in too long. You felt something, right? That feeling kept you there even when logic screamed at you to leave. Or the last time anger destroyed an opportunity, you couldn't help it. Yes, you could. You just let the emotion hijack your brain. This is called emotional hijacking. Your amygdala, the emotional center, takes over before your rational mind can catch up. Lisa gets triggered by a comment in a meeting. She fires back, looks defensive, and damages her reputation. Later, she says, I wasn't myself. Wrong. That was her emotional mind in the driver's seat. Your feelings aren't facts. They're chemical reactions. And when you let them control you, you repeat the same patterns forever. Name the emotion out loud. Say, I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling anxious. Wait 5 minutes before acting. Let the chemical wave pass, then choose your response. This gap between feeling and action is where freedom lives. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. How many of your choices are actually yours? Your career, your opinions, your goals, your lifestyle. Did you choose them, or did someone else put them in your head? Most people are controlled by social pressure and don't realize it. This is called social conditioning, the invisible rules that shape your life. You picked your job because it looked good. You bought that car for status. You hold certain beliefs because everyone around you does. You date certain people because they're acceptable. Mike wanted to be a musician, but became an accountant because his parents said it was safe. 20 years later, he's miserable, but tells himself he made the responsible choice. You think fitting in is smart, but every time you silence yourself for approval, you lose a piece of who you are. Before your next decision, ask yourself, would I do this if no one was watching? If no one would ever know? Then test it once. Do one thing this week only for yourself, not for approval. That's how you find what's actually yours. Now we get to the thinking mind. Logic, analysis, rationality. Society worships this level. We celebrate intelligence. We trust the smart people. But thinking doesn't make you free. Most smart people are just as trapped. They just have better excuses. You know these people. They analyze everything but do nothing. They research every option until they're paralyzed. They rationalize their problems instead of solving them. This is analysis paralysis, and it's backed by something called confirmation bias. Your brain only sees evidence that supports what you already believe. David spends 6 months researching the perfect business idea. He never starts because he's waiting for certainty. His intelligence became his prison. Your rational mind isn't objective. It's a lawyer defending your unconscious beliefs. You're not thinking clearly. You're thinking in circles. Set a 20-minute timer for your next decision. Research, think, weigh options. When the timer ends, choose and act. No more thinking aloud. Speed kills overthinking. Self-awareness, everyone's favorite level. You journal. You do the work. You know exactly why you do what you do. But understanding yourself isn't the same as changing yourself. Knowing why you're sick doesn't cure you. You need medicine. Too many people stop at knowing. They become self-aware prisoners. They can see their cage perfectly, but never open the door. Sarah journals every night about her anger issues. She understands her childhood triggers. She knows exactly why she explodes, but she still blows up at small things because she never practices a different response. Awareness without action is just comfort. It makes you feel productive when you're actually stuck. Pick one repeated behavior you hate. Break it into 3 tiny steps for this week. Do step 1 today. Track it for 7 days. Small wins turn insight into real change. Insight is the beginning, not the end. Everyone loves intuition. Trust your gut. Listen to your inner voice. Sounds wise, but most of your intuition is just unconscious bias wearing a disguise. What you call intuition is usually pattern recognition from limited experience. It's emotional reasoning. It's past conditioning making guesses. Think about all the times your gut was wrong. The job that felt right, but turned toxic. The person you knew you could trust, who lied to you. Your gut isn't magic. Real intuition comes from deep training and experience, like a chess master who sees the right move because they've played 10,000 games. Rachel feels she should invest in her friend's startup. She trusts the feeling. The business fails. She lost money trusting a hunch that was actually just hope and loyalty disguised as wisdom. Before trusting your intuition, run a micro experiment. Test it on something small. Track the results. Train your gut with feedback, not blind faith. Real intuition is earned, not assumed. Finally, the top level. Enlightenment, spiritual awakening, ultimate awareness. Sounds perfect, right? But spirituality can be a trap. People chase higher consciousness like a drug. They meditate obsessively. They follow gurus. They talk about raising their vibration. And what they're really doing is running away from their problems, away from responsibility, away from life. This is called spiritual bypassing, using spirituality to avoid real issues. James meditates 2 hours a day but won't apologize to his wife. He talks about ego death but gets defensive when questioned. He preaches love but judges everyone who doesn't live his way. Real higher consciousness isn't about escaping reality. It's about being fully present in your messy, difficult human life. Before claiming any spiritual insight, do one responsible action in the real world. Pay a bill, have a hard conversation, help someone without announcing it. Ground your awareness in reality. True presence is quiet and humble. So where are you stuck? Get honest. Which level is controlling you right now? Are you living in fear? Letting emotions jerk you around? Doing what society tells you? Overthinking everything? Aware but not changing? Trusting false gut feelings? Hiding in spirituality? Your choices aren't yours until you see what's controlling them. Now pick one level and do the action I gave you for that level. Today, not tomorrow, today. One 60-second breathing exercise, one 5-minute pause, one alone test decision, one 20-minute timer, one 7-day behavior experiment, one intuition test, one grounded action. Small moves create big shifts. Most people never figure this out. They live controlled by these levels and call it life. They're trapped by fear, emotions, social pressure, overthinking, endless analysis, fake intuition, or spiritual escape, and they never wake up. But you're here. You watched this. That means something. Before you click away, try this. Pick one level you think controls you. Do the tiny action I gave you for that level right now. 1 minute. That's it. If you actually do it, drop one line in the comments about what happened. And if you want me to break down each level into a full 7-day fix, hit subscribe to Think Wise. We don't do feel-good content here. We do uncomfortable truths that actually work. Next video, I'm revealing how your everyday habits are secretly lowering your consciousness and stealing your life without you noticing. This is Think Wise. Stop believing, start thinking.